This chart proves why investing in the S&P 500 is not as safe as what you think, and how a lot of financial influencers have no idea what they're talking about. It provides a lesson. So to set the scene, it's 1989. The Japanese Nikkei 225 index has seen a historical run of unprecedented growth for over 30 years consistently, going all the way back to 1957. Investors who had bought in 1957 would have seen their money grow by an unprecedented over 8,000%, which represents a crazy 15% average annualized return over the entire 32 years. So as comparison, the S&P 500 over that exact same period grew by only a paltry 7%. Confidence in Japan was sky high, but Japan had brought in a new level of efficiency in terms of manufacturing, in terms of management. You had the Japanese just-in-time manufacturing method and a lot of new novel business ideas like this. The Japanese market was just regarded very highly with their creativity and work ethic. Exports were going up. It could do no wrong. And just like what influencers are saying today, why would you bet against 30 years of unprecedented growth? People were saying, sure, it might dip for a year or two, but if you hold on for the long term, you're basically guaranteed to make money. If you don't invest, you're missing out. So what actually happened next? There was a devastating crash. The peak to trough dip was over 80%. And how long do you think that took to recover? It wasn't a year or even two, like what a lot of people would have expected. It led to what was called the lost decade. And this is even a misnomer itself, because it wasn't a lost decade you would think it would last 10 years. A lost decade extended to 2 lost decades, extended to 3 lost decades. If you had bought at the peak in 1989, you would have had to wait until 2024 for it just to break even, not even accounting for inflation over those 30 something years. So my point in this video, I'm sorry to put it bluntly, but looking at the chart's past performance and extrapolating that into the future and expecting it to do by and large the same thing into the future indefinitely is just idiotic. So I've personally sold all of my S&P 500. It's not financial advice, I'm not telling you to do the same, but you have to acknowledge the risk, and things like this can happen. And this Japanese example is not an isolated example. So if you look far enough in the S&P 500 history, there are many indexes that looked just as strong at different points, but have also had big crashes. Creators telling you to invest your life savings and telling you the worst case is 1 or maybe 2 years of a dip is just wrong.